Are we really that different? When we look at the wars around us and the animosity we harbor towards our fellow man, it is easy to assume that every single one of us is completely unique. But how is that possible when a line from the poem Ulysses by Alfred Lord Tennyson, to strive, to seek, to find, and not to yield, can strike a chord within the innermost fiber of millions of people around the globe? The reason is simple. We have all experienced being human. Sadness, hatred, loneliness, jealousy, the bad, euphoria, love, and what some may call the good. This is the human condition. This is what connects us. We have all experienced life. In fact, this realization that every single person's life is as unique and vivid as your own is so prevalent that a word was created to describe it: Sonder. This is exactly why poetry transcends the classroom. It isn't just something we study to pass a test, but a source of the purest form of connection between all members of the human race, as it explores the human condition which we all share. Today, I would like to focus on a specific yet profound element of the human condition, which is explored in the poems I chose for this task: the unquenchable thirst of the soul, or teutos, as Mr. Moore called it. Now, how can a bunch of words be one of the most powerful ways to convey teutos? In the line, "I cannot rest from travel, I will drink life to the lees," Alfred Lord Tennyson presents a powerful metaphor using very specific diction. He compares Ulysses' thirst for living a life that is full to drinking to the lees, which are the bitter dregs at the bottom of a barrel of wine. When I read the analysis of this line, it filled me with so much hope. I'd never experienced this while reading a poem before. When Tennyson compares Ulysses' thirst to drinking to the lees, he shows that Ulysses wants to experience every possible aspect that life has to offer, including those bitter dregs. This shows that unquenchable thirst so well because it demonstrates that Ulysses would rather experience pain, suffering, bitterness, and trials than to rest or remain idle. This ties in so effectively with a line from the poem A Psalm of Life by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, where he writes, "For the soul is dead that slumbers." Here Longfellow uses a striking paradox by pairing the soul, which is universally understood to be the only immortal part of the human being, with the definitive finality of death. This contradiction is incredibly effective because it evokes an emotion of existential alarm and urgency, warning us that our most immortal, sacred part can be killed by mere complacency and apathy. Do you see how powerful this is? Without needing to say it directly, these poems convey a much more important lesson through poetic techniques and intentional diction. These writers evoke such intense emotions through their writing that it makes you realize life is meant to be an adventure, not just something to survive. The bitterness, the constant action, and the curiosity are what feed our insatiable souls. This is also seen in the poem Ithaca by C.P. Cavaco, where he writes, "Hope your road is a long one, full of adventure, full of discovery." He uses repetition, anaphora, and a deeply hopeful tone. By repeating the phrase "full of," the line creates a rhythmic, swelling effect. This technique evokes a profound emotion of wonder, joy, and eager anticipation. Rather than feeling anxiety or exhaustion, which is generally associated with the long journey, it now makes you feel a sudden exhilarating thirst for the unknown and for the own journey of life. Going back to my starting poem, Ulysses, it was extraordinary for me to find out in my research that Tennyson wrote this poem shortly after the death of his closest friend. Isn't it incredible how he is able to convey what it means to live right after experiencing one of the biggest trials of his life through the words of a poem. The trials are what make it all worthwhile. You see, one can get hopeless over the fact that our soul's thirst is unquenchable, but this is exactly what keeps us moving forward. Poetry really can be a powerful catalyst for change within ourselves and others. These poems show that. May we never again view poems as just a cluster of words on a page or as a means to pass an exam. Instead, let us look to poetry as a window into the human condition, discovering profound truths like Dylan Thomas's passionate plea in "Do not go gentle into that good night." Rage, rage against the dying of the light. May our journey be long and full. May we never allow our souls to slumber, and may we continue to strive, to seek, to find, and not to give.